Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Starcom Unknown Space. Today's beverage is a nice hearty and warming Bovril, the perfect beverage for space and indeed cave exploration. And that's good because in a previous episode we were exploring this new territory, a territory where the guild has lost a ship. It was overdue, and we found that it was basically a ship graveyard over here. We postulated that it was pretty much a ship graveyard. Things were getting brought here and then put there for various reasons. We then bumped into an alien species, the Hive, which pretty much answered the question with a distinctive yes, a definitive yes, saying that, yeah, they were not interested in trading or exploration or any excuses. They just wanted to destroy our ship and then dump it there for people to, well, as a bit of a warning, and well, that didn't work for us. We continued on, and we've had a talk with some miners, the heat exchanger over here. We've gained a bit of a computer. We've found some more trading, and well, also here, which is the Colossal Caves, and it is the Temple of, I think it's the, is it Ock Juk? 1 second, which I think will be a reference to something. It's one of those, yeah, the Ock Juk, abandoned Fall Empire structure, and well, that's where we are now. And this is one of those mini games. They used to go on computers, well, very early computers, like about where you go. You can say go south, and yeah, there you go. We have options for going all over the place. It descends and tightens a narrow ceiling. I'm going to have a couple of attempts in searching this, and I do think it's sort of random. I tried my best to go and explore, and it just didn't work. I don't know, as I said, if there's any sort of systems to this. I'm not going to Google the problem. I think that's, at this stage, I will happily check it out if I need to, but at this stage we are going to search as best we can ourselves, and if we look out, then all good. Section of corridors marked by several large splotches of greenish-black colour, which the team's scanners identify as a compound of copper oxide and complex organic molecules. Previously, I went west all the time, as if you were putting your hand on the left. I mean, I'm saying compass. I don't know if this is, let's say, actual, like, a compass direction, or whether it's like direction as in north is always the way the team is facing. I have a feeling it's the former, but anyway, I'm going to go south and east as best I can. So if I can't go west, I'm going to go east and then south. Let's go south as best we can. Natural white stone. Oh, north and west. That doesn't make any sense anymore. Go north. We'll go south. Let me guess. North. Yes, we'll go east. Lying against the wall is the skeleton of the Emir in a full battle vacuum suit. Clutched in its hands is something that resembling a battle axe. Have I found it? In a pouch pocket of some copper coins and a careful tucked in the braces, a roll of animal skin and a crude drawing of dyed onto it, along with some glyphs and green copper-based pigments. The Universal Translator identifies these glyphs as the fallen empires, representing from top to bottom travel, story, and rest. The Emir written language uses similar glyphs to the fallen empire. If that's what this more likely a set of meanings are: arrive, deception, and death. Ah. Okay. So, on the top to bottom, travel, story, and rest. We've got 65 copper. More likely set of meanings arrived. So, travel, arrive, story, deception, rest, death. Well, continue on, I guess. I don't know if that really changes how we're going to approach this. There, so there's the remains of the Emir. Right, so if we go east, we've got the Emir. Go west, and let's go south. Then I can only go west, which is going this way. East will go back, so I'll have to go south again. And south is down. Faint deep moaning sounds of echoes around them. Wind passing, we've had that before. South again. East is going to go north. Back and forward. North. North. South's back of where we came. want to go... No, I have a feeling it's going to be another case of... If I keep on going west, will I bump into the... Oh, back at the ship. I think there's a timeout in the exploration that after a while you will eventually just get back to the ship. Okay, one more attempt before I bail on the entire thing. So this time we're going to go east. And north. Let's say someone will have mapped this out, I'm sure. So I'm sort of heading this way. I'd like to... I'm trying to... I mean, if that's where the end... Is that the end? Is it? Does this indicate where the deal is? Like, are we trying to get there? Where is the entrance, though? Is it this one? Not sure. Okay. I'm gonna abandon this. There is either a clue that I'm not guessing, that I'm not getting, which is very, very probable. Or it is just completely random. Heading west as much as I can. West and south. South. Yeah, I'm fairly confident we're totally lost. Oh, stone statue of 4-armed creature stands against the wall. One arm is outstanding with a claw open as one held something. Another holds a dagger thrust forward. The statue's limbs are jointed. The dagger may have been a trap. It was triggered by removing whatever was in the open claw. Okay. So if I go west, it should be back there. Yes, continue going west. Walking down a hallway, there's suddenly an audible click. Triton freezes. The floor beneath the foot is recessed by a centimetre. Try and disarm whatever mechanism was triggered. Engineering plus 20%. Not good. Tim backs away. Puts some distance between them. Unfortunately, this might have been the trap marker's intention. After a minute, the barrage flies through the air in all directions. Many myth trap tombs in our own culture's history, but few, if any, true examples. Why would anyone make a tomb just so... That's just sort of deadly. Why not just drop a giant block on us? Yeah, fair enough. So we have some injuries there. Continue on, I guess. Now that'll go the other way. Keep going east, west. It's not that these change. Continue going south. I'll have to go east. Dead end. Yes, okay. So I can only go north. So where was the dead end? Was it west? No. Another trap. We've just passed that. Continue heading north then. Just heading northeast essentially. We're heading home. We're back at the cave. Okay, I'm re-emerging. Because quite frankly, we are injured and I want to go back. And go back to the station. Let's do that. Right, we're injured. We need to spend some research. We need to repair up. I am happy to come back to that one. Back to the Colossal Caves. But only once I've, either done some research on that. Or I may bump into, like the reasons on what's going on there. Let's go ahead and who's this here? The Alethea. Perfect. I'm going to talk to the Alethea first. Because there's always good information from them. Apart from now, which they're not telling us anything. Excellent. Let's go and we'll get our free resources because it's sending it back. Milton. There's some silver, titanium and some platinum. Dr. Rama, nothing. I want you to execute the erasure algorithm. No. And the Commodore, no. Okay. So, we have the option for a cruiser hull, which is only 400. I said 700 before, but apparently not. Right, that's going to be a whole new building type of thing if we get that. We've got these engines. Officer training. At least one biomed increases battle station recovery speed. We'll get that researched. We've got reactors and batteries at max level. Additional 10% fire rate on plasma bolts. Also a plasma range. And damage of plasma bolts. That's all good. Turret repeaters. Tractors are maxed out. We've got some unknowns here. Scanners are maxed out. Fixed guns. I haven't got cannon projectiles. Alternate fire mode of fixed guns with higher energy cost, slow rate of fire, much greater damage that falls off over distance. Havoc. That's the defenses. Missiles. They're missiles. Different types of missiles, as you can see. Fighter drones. Construction of a fighter drone hangar. Fighters cost 1 unit of aluminium for a squadron of 5. I'm going to pick them up. I'm also going to pick up shields. I'm also going to pick up cruiser hull. Try that again, sorry. And advanced logistics is increase our maximum size by 15 hexes. I might as well get that now, because it's the same hull. And then you've got Dreadnought hull, which I'm not bothered about. And then there's our research points dropped to 30. The reason I've bought this cruiser hull is because I want to build that at some point, not now. But if I didn't pick it up now, I'll probably end up spending everything and that'll be it. Whereas now I can go to new ship. And there's the cruiser bridge. Or saucer bridge? And then Dreadnought. Missing technology saucer bridge. That, oh, cool. So I need neutronium 3. I need 3 neutronium. Okay, that's fine. That's all good. Right. At least I've picked it up. So, where do I want to go? I want to chat with... these are the... All these here, these are the Lokians vessels. Imperial trainer. Where are the, where's the guild? I think it's here. And this is also unknown, this flinger, to go over there. Trial by ordeal. Oh, yeah. Definitely not. Right, let me go to... That's the Lokian. I'm trying to find where the traders are. I've totally lost where they are. I think it was around here. This might be the Lokians. Let's just go over. I know when I bump into them. Oh, was it right up here? Don't know. Let's have a quick chat with them. When in doubt, we can go to an area and have a chat. There's some scouts though. Oh yeah, there you go. There's the Emir. Right. Let's go here. This is the Lokians, I'm sure. No, guild trader. Hang on. Big ship. Wrong one. Greetings, non-affiliated guild transit code holder. What do you want to talk about? Trade or in communications? Colourful toy. Fighter weapon. All these are analysed. So I've sold the guild computer, but I don't know if I need to keep that actually. We've analysed it, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. think that was what I needed. Let me go back. Just trying to think. That's not what I meant to send. Guild compliance officer. Return the ship for now. Right, I've told the guys to go back through there. Yep, that's all good. We're probably going to have some trouble because of all these ships. The autopilot is not the best. Please don't get in front of me. Crunch. Good, right, that's happened. Back here. Slayer station. Sounds like a herb. And I say I'm just going to double check if that was what we needed. Cruiser bridge. We have enough for a cruiser bridge. Not going to get it, but we've got it. Okay. So we still got looking vessels. Behind schedule on that. Guild artifacts for sale. I'm trying to think. Best course of action. That was the original place we went to there. We still haven't found another one of these. The Starlance. So I thought I'd come back into guild space and have a quick chat. And yes, our guild representative has informed us that the guild has finally agreed to take this matter seriously, thanks to the evidence you recovered. 20 gold for our troubles. That's talking to the CXTA haulers. And we jumped into this area here. Yes, so we've told them about the cloaky vessel, essentially. Also, Beverage has been a great help to the CXTA. We apologise for suspecting you of being a guild chairbird. Chairbird? I'm not sure. While we are prohibited from engaging trades outside sanctioned contracts, sometimes we end up with cargo whose documentation has been lost. Since the penalties for opening these containers is steep, they linger until the guild claims them, and sometimes they get misplaced before the guild claims them. If you would like to exchange in an offer, or off the scrolls gift exchange, we can be amenable. We'd like to trade with you. So, undelivered cargo. We have undelivered cargo here. I'm going to buy one, and I'm just going to see what it is like. Let's end the communications there, and we'll have a little check on that one. So it is undelivered cargo, and it says bipedal creature of 4 arms. The quality of the ornamentation suggests a ceremonial purpose. Have I just bought a coffin? Yes, I think I have. Let's try undelivered cargo 2. Come on, I know I'm going to be buying all of them. We both know this, right? Box contains elaborate mechanical array, like the late Empire. A remarkable method of estimating orbits in unstable end-body systems. Oh, and that's that was a lot of research points. I'm going to buy the lot. Actually, let's also talk to them. They are valuing... they're valuing... what's this? Not aluminium. Yeah. Gold. We get gold off this trade. They really don't want uranium. They really want ethylene. Let's just execute that trade and do for now. Right, let's have a quick scan of all this. Undelivered cargo. Let's go with 3. Box contains a number of fairly recent communication archives. Most are banal. However, one Devout intercept discusses plans to prioritize conversion among races with strategic or technological priority. A bizarre collection of low lethality weapons and traps. The documentation written in EMEA sheds little light on their purpose. That's number 4. Number 5, boxes glittering fragments, possibly 1-point data crystals, but damage beyond any possibility of recovery. No research points on that one. Box contains damaged CXTA homing transponder, apparently designed to return to its origin if the ship is lost. Despite being damaged, I think may be able to extract some information about the transponder's flight path. I'll need a little time. That's Ensign Galise. Okay. Cargo 7. Box contains parts of a Devout communication device. The buffer has some interesting chatter about high-value Nimian and Carrion converts. Oh, okay. The Devout is still recruiting then. Low-key survey scanner, less sophisticated than our own, but with some interesting ideas. 40 research points. And finally, Undelivered Cargo 9 contains a guild dossier on the spherical. Some technical analysis of the advanced optical sensors and notes of their interest in visual aesthetics. And there we go. There has been a lot there. While I'm here, I haven't been through this flinger. I'm not going to do that trial either. Trial by ordeal. But I am going to go through and check out this white star. I said I wasn't going to explore a new area, but, well, why not? And while we're over here. And then I do want to go back to this location because it's... Yeah, the CXTA transponder has some flight data. Collected cargo 88138 from client who specifically requested straight void route to destination. Ah! Oh, hang on. Also, I believe combat. Yes. Pickup was close to massive Half-Chariot derelict, CXTA 95003. Report early pickup at full chariot derelict. Similar instructions. This route is much shorter. Expect no difficulty. Should arrive at client destination unknown. Looks like the transponder auto-return was triggered shortly after the departure. If we can find the start point, we might be able to find the vessel, assuming it hasn't already been found. Okay. Chariot. Well, we know where a couple of those are. Here is one of them. Well, I'm going to have a look. Let me have a quick chat with the guys over here. We don't want the Devout in this space. You see, these ships are really not bothered about us doing this. We'll have a talk with the Legion Heavy, because why not? Do you want to hire us for 100 copper? No, I don't. I'm not really too concerned about that at all. So the Legion Heavy. No, that's fine. Can't swear. So yes, this chariot that it spoke of, I think it means... Where is it? I'll be able to find it. There is one of them, I think. I'll have a look at that in a moment. Just going to have a quick scout over here. And the mission log gets ever larger. Still new shipments, and still haven't sorted. And it's definitely something to do with... Ooh, another guild trader there. Definitely something to do with that new system we've had a look at. But we'll have a scout around here. Anomaly of a small cluster of soft opaque baubles, no larger than one's fist. Antenna speculative analysis shows they contain oxygen gas simply formed by bacteria that uses sunlight to break down silicon dioxide. Extract one of them on the bubbles. Plus 10% with biomed. Go on then. Operation success. Once aside, additional analysis reveals biological process never before seen. 20 research points. Symbiotic relationship between the two different life forms suggests more energy efficient route to exact oxygen from abundant sources, I think. There's some highly organized bubbles of ozone on the upper layers that the astronomical scanner categorizes as borderline life. Fair enough. Another guild trade here. I always have a little chat while I'm about. I'd like to trade with you. And I can sell all this undelivered cargo because we've analysed them all, so I might as well. Okay. Then they're really desiring yttrium. Not really bothered about copper. Okay. I'm not going to trade anything just yet because it'll be based on what we build. I have a feeling we'll be spending like a solid bit of time. A solid bit of time just building a ship. Gas giant over here. And a very green, quite beautiful one at that. Nothing. Okay. And there's also a blue star over there. Well, it is out the way. But we're already out the way anyway. I'm going to go there. The first sign and get to a wormhole, I'm going to, because I want to head to that location. Again, was supposed to be going over here, but that's not happened. Hmm. I'm just wondering, you know, how much is easily missed in this game? Like that. Dispatch. It's another one of those probes. Students memorize the unknown and return the academy for additional study following quarantine period. Dispatch contains brilliant insightful theory regarding how approximate remnant warp geometry using simple hypermanifolds fill the group's curiosity and enthusiasm for their studies are notably unknown. Subjective observation, but real one, I'm confident. I predict our understanding of the artifacts will advance more in the next 10 cycles than previous 100, vindicating someone. There's unknown, there's a lot of question mark. I don't know if that's a group. I don't know if it's a group or a person or whatnot. It's just 3 question marks. It's a shrug of the shoulders. So, let's head over to this blue star. I'll have a scout about. Again, probably going to bump into something that wants to kill me. Space. And there is a guild supply depot over here. And a wormhole. But that's it. Okay. Well, I'll have a quick chat with the guild supply depot. And it's just trade. Nothing. Yep. It appears that all of the trading for the factions is like set up in one. So when you buy from yourself one, it alters the other. 7 million ago, this was a planet-wide gigopolis. A monumental feat of engineering. Any records were erased long ago, although Triton notes the civilization was clearly spacefaring and certainly had the means to leave the planet. Whoever they were extremely thorough in extracting anything of value from the planet, including whatever the foundation of the ecosystem was. They've packed up the planet and moved. I mean, everybody might have disagreements with neighbours, but that's extreme. Right, Lunar L1. Nothing. A rocky planet, and then another lunar, and then elsewhere, and then the scanners don't detect anything around here. You do have these outliers. Probably deliberate just so we explore. Scanners initially detected this as a damaged transport vessel. Upon closer inspection, the craft is much simpler, lacking life support, armaments, or really much beyond minimal autopilot. Within the craft transmitter, examining its buffer, Khalees notes that it was designed to broadcast a random collection of pre-recorded messages referring to the activation of a vague rendezvous. Decoy intended to confuse adversary from main evacuation of ships. So there was that greenhouse X1 that said they've packed up the planet and left, and that one's a decoy. I wonder what these guys were running from, if anything. Okay. Right, I'm going to head over here. Jump through. No survivors. So this is part of... It says about chariot. There's a chariot there. Is that one there as well? I think that's another part of one, yes. Oh! I don't know if you noticed what just happened there. We've just collided with Whiskermug's ship. There's a huge chunk of the ship that just got blasted off the side, and we were in we were going through the flinger at the same time. Good grief, okay. They won't be happy next time. Right, I don't think there's anything I can... investigation complete, yeah. I think it might have just been flavor text about the whole chariot thing. I don't know if there's actually a mission in the log. Fallen Empire Starlands, new shipments, Laconia vessels, yes, the tomb. Imperial flora, colony with food supply issues, yes. Flotsam and Jetsam's trying to work that one out. CXTA, Half-Chariot. Oh, it has updated. Well, that's not a Half-Chariot, this one. But I think there is a Half-Chariot. I think it is... Well, we're there. There's the Half-Chariot. Right. Let's head back. So we can have a look at that. Oh, there's a little bit of something that I've... Whoa. A little bit of something that I've left there. No matter. Don't know who these guys were. But we'll head back. Half-Chariot. Yeah, we'll go up the Half-Chariot. It was there. Okay, we'll do that. So, ship is on automagic pilot, doing its own thing, including going through that area sideways. Can't believe we had so much research as well. We had over 1,000, which is all right. Obviously, we're spent up now, and we can get the new vessel. I don't know if we need the new vessel yet, and I'm assuming things just scale. This is just going to circle the drain, isn't it? No, 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 it did manage to do it. And then we go down to there. Right, okay. After we've been here, we'll see what that brings. Probably another 5 episodes of all the things we have to search for. And then there's still this area, which, yes, we've yet to fully search out, which I've been avoiding for a while. There's certainly more in this list to tick off. The Laconians one's been sitting there for a while as well. Where they're exploiting people. I just don't want to really get it. You know, we've got enough going on without dealing with all the space politics. I was going to say we could be the good guys and say, no, they're under our protection now, but we literally have this ship from Starcom. We have the Alethea and the space station. That is it. Although we've destroyed more ships than Starcom's built, I think. So there's that. Like I say, this is just a bit of a shot in the dark, actually. I don't know whether or not this is where we have to go or would be best for us, but it's happening nonetheless. You can see how far we are having to travel. And there's that. I'll probably go through that gate there just because we can. The guns will start firing any second because there's going to be debris. Hold up, the transponder from the CXTA cargo just powered up itself, judging from the ranges here within maybe one sector of the ship. Well, where would that even be? Partial remnant. Right. Let's see what it says. If I can find it in this list again. Near its vessel's location. I mean, where could this thing be? No anomalies detected around. Let's have a quick look. It said detected around here, wasn't it? Just double check the coordinates. 1639 minus 0.51. 16. Sorry, what? 1639 and minus 51. 39 minus 50. Yeah. So it could be around here. I don't think it's going to be through the... I don't think it's going to be through here, is it? Let's put us all the way down here. It's unlikely. It is unlikely. So I'm flying back to the Half-Chariot, and truth be told, it is becoming a little bit of an issue. I'm trying to find this this ship that the transponder's activating near. And to be honest, I've been trying to sort of basically fly to these different stars in hope of actually finding it, and so far to no avail. The idea is just to come back and have a scout around to see if we get any other communication from the crew, because the transponder might turn off if we get a certain distance. At least that's the idea, but so far not so much. So I'm just heading in not a random direction, but certainly heading over to here, because it might be sort of in betweenish, but I'm just giving it sort of full power and blasting over, and like I say, trying to find any information on it. And what is that? Huh. Luminous ether. Okay. Didn't anticipate that. It's also burning the ship to a crisp. Hydrogen particles coming from another Planck scale wormhole appears to be the product of a static warp field that collapsed in on itself. We're humans, so we're going to shoot it if we don't know what it is. Wow, okay. Well, that's not the ship, but we did get a lot of research off it. So once again, back over at the Half-Chariot, and I've went to, I think, most of these stars around here. The only place I haven't been is basically just heading in a straight direction in the middle of nowhere. I'm going to give it a go, but then I'm pretty much going to abort this if it doesn't work, because, yeah, I don't want to waste everyone's time. Judging from the transponder's output, I'd say we're between 2,500 and 300 AU from the target. Oh, so we are getting more information now. And by the way, going through that jump there. Oh, must be on top of it now. Okay, I randomly just bumped into it. Well, it did work. It just took a lot of time. I think I've edited out about 20 minutes of me just flying around. Vessels on sensor now, Commander. CXTA derelict shows no signs of combat damage, but the missing wreckage shows something obviously went wrong inside. The teams find evidence of massive reactor explosion. Based on the vessel's logs, they had experienced several reactor poisonings in the past. Seems they were pretty casual about maintenance. There was a small amount of salvage in the ship's intact systems, as well as a single cargo container with a brass-coloured item inside. CXTA Telonian fragment. Okay, let's back up. Can't destroy that. And we will. Yes. Telonian fragment. Scans interior shown. Fine details down to at least the 10th to the power minus 27 meters. Small then, I think is what it's telling me. So we've completed, finally, interestingly, the CXTA. We've had that from, I can't remember when. Early is the answer to that. Right, and what I'm going to do now is, finally, because I've been threatening to do it for about maybe 6 episodes, we're going to go to this newish system. It's very close to our starting location, and it's just something that I've not really explored. So I want to spend a little bit of time over there. We're already running quite long anyway, and these episodes do tend to get longer. Obviously, we've still got loads more to do. We'll double check here. Fallen Empire, yes, that's just ongoing, same as the Starlands. Shipments, I still haven't done this shipments here. One of the ships behind schedule. I still haven't been able to end that quest line off, tell them what's going on, or find out exactly. Laconia vessels, that's ongoing. Hidden Tomb, I'm not going back there for a while. Imperial Flora, just a trade colony with supply issues. Yeah, we have to look at that one. Flotsam Jetsam. Numeric codes correspond item to code from the Devout Jetsam. We might find more. And then Whisker Mug. So actually we've cleared off a few, now that I look of it. But we're going to jump over here. We're going to have a look around. Change the pace a little bit of being exceptionally random at the start. And obviously, we are still looking for... we've almost leveled up. 19 more experience for the next level. I don't know what we're going to level up in. Or certainly one in Xenoculture. Oh, obviously, previously unknown. Unknown? Hang on, is that debris a thing? Derelict. Unremarkable, probably long-distance cargo hauler. Critical modules were forcibly removed. The cramped passages and rooms suggest the operatives were considerably smaller. Tight space, faulty team move in single file. Approach the engineering section. Previously noticed hatch slam shut. Cut off from the team. Signal breaks. The team's channel crudely translated as your comrade is now our guest. Place 10 units of titanium into the delivery thing you wish to. If you wish to unfurl them, the delivery thing is presumably a small receptacle near the hatch. Convince the captors that you can't afford the ransom, which is plus 20% roll, or try and use the engineers plus 20%. I'm going to go with... they're probably not the convincing kind. It's 20% either way. Let's try it. Let's try and talk our way out of it. 96. Convince in case the team's unable to play the ransom, since they cannot play it would be better to have nothing than nothing in an enemy. And we found a capsule of elements. Convenient. Demanding ransoms without exposing themselves. Yeah. It's all remote, I guess, then. So the delivery thing was that. Let's destroy the derelict. I really don't want people to be... Yeah. To be exploited again. Right, let's see. Go over here. Again, we will be sidetracked at any opportunity. So, this is basically Devout space now. And we've not really been here in a while. This is this ice H2, and I can't remember what was over here. But we'll have a look. We've leveled up since being here, I think, so if it was a test. Nothing obviously changed since the team's last visit. The isolated lab, okay. Let's go back to this blue star. Well, I say back. We don't know much about it, but there's still that one there and then 2 orange. And what we'll do is we'll have a look around, we'll search, and we'll head back. Actually, we probably won't head back, but we will have a look around. And once we find the jump gate, yeah, once we find the wormhole generator, we'll probably call it good for this one. But closing in on enemies this time. What have we got? Elite interceptors. We have the tech for, well, they've been intercepted long range. We have the tech for some shields, but we just don't need them at the moment. Another banded miner sitting on some corrosive gas. Breach the hull for a search, plus 5% on the roll. 47. Evacuated in a hurry. It's a mess. Titanium mini-3. So some resources. And crew experience, as always. Nothing here. This one. Lunar L2. Several craters on this airless planetoid were clusters of unusual cerulean silicon crystals. Complex semiconductor pattern in their matrices. I think there may be an early form of silicon life, at least where something has consumed the gallium arsenide. Breaklith does show signs of recent activity around One Piece monitoring equipment labelled Stations 9778. Its core components are being removed, leaving the titanium broadcast dish plus 22 titanium. Okay. That's the last thing there. I mean, if you look at the distance, we started there, this is where we are. You know, not very far away. We've been all the way over here, so what on Earth... I say on Earth. What in this galaxy could be around here, I do not know. It was mentioned in a previous episode's comments a little while ago now that you can sort of just rush endgame if you sort of follow that path. Full analysis of the parasitic plague that CXTA asked for us to deliver medical supplies for. The parasites are almost certainly bred or engineered within the blue crystals we found on the planet in the Crimson Nebula. Oh. They wiped them out? Okay. Yeah, like I say, you could rush endgame, but you could also go for a more thorough approach. Certainly wouldn't say I'm on that one, but I'm not rushing it either. What'll be what it'll be. It'll be what it'll be, essentially. Another evacuated pyramid. Concealed encampment, but the observer and other remains in order to be found. Titanium and Sherolite. We do have another point portal, which I will activate. There we go. And, well, it might be rude not to go through that once we've had a scan around here. Let's go for this Oceanic 01. The lever partially submerged fallen empire structure on island chain. The chain was created by a meteor impact a millennium ago, which left most iridium deposits in the shallows, +2. Islands themselves covered in lush fallen empire flora. A few patches near the shoreline have shed their foliage. Ensign are extracted scrapes from materials from the bare plant's exterior. And we've got a artifact, I think. Imperial flora blight. Parasite has evolved to use iridium as a catalyst to break down the planet's hardy xylem for digestion. Parasite is a perfect candidate for the Aquarian colony's food problem. It can break down Imperial flora, but requires iridium. Oh! Need to tweak its genetic code for the colony's biosphere for some information on fallen Empire flora, though. Okay. But we might have a cure for that. Has it updated the log, is the question. Mission? Yes. Needs more information about Imperial flora. Okay, we need more information. It has indicated that. However, it is something possible we can have a look at. Let's go through this point portal and then see what's on the other side and then maybe call it there. And it's taking us here. Back here. Okay. And more enemy vessels. There's the missiles incoming. Yeah, the Devout are definitely continuing their expansion. So, it goes to this one. So if I go through that, is that going to go back? No, it blatantly isn't. Hang on, let's see. I'm going to select that, and yep, it's not going to... Yeah. Oh no, it has done that. Interesting. All right, let's finally go at this orange star here. All right, well then we'll call it there. All right, so I just need more about these. I need to know more about these plant. More information about it. I don't think the lab on here would help. Maybe isolated lab. Well, maybe it would. Let's see if going back to the isolated lab, now knowing about this, it might give us some more. We're so close to it, it would be rude not to check. We can even spin around as we do so, putting us back where we need to go. Yeah, nothing's changed. Okay, fine. Back this way then. Void effect coming up to 50%. There we are. Speed increasing. All good. How close are we from leveling? 15 experience. And then we're going to go with Xenoculture, which is the only skill so far that doesn't have any research bonus. Oh, previously unknown object. Another one of these. Burst relays. Portal code from Nimi Lauer's passage, but no safe refuge. Rendezvous at Void Roundabout. Huh. Okay. Nothing there. Back over here. And I still have that. Where was it? Over here? Yeah, that thing there. That's that weird rhombus thing that's kicking out loads of exotic particles. Okay, we do have enemies on the horizon. Is the horizon in space? Either way, it's an ancient orbiter. Oh, so it's not. Let's just chop through the middle, because I know the defenses on this are ridiculous. We've had problems with that before. Another early Empire genetics lab equipped with another sequence transcriber. Philly is responsible for augmenting the genetics of specific individuals to make them better suited for their roles in various ways. Extend lifespans, increase pain resistance, and so forth. Okay. Not ideal. Old but otherwise fully intact lander sits on a boulder field. Rough terrain, proceed on north. On foot to the Devout meeting location. Even if Zill tries to renegotiate half the promised bounty for the chariot, will set up nicely. Scrupulously adhere to the conditions of secrecy. No cause to short us on that account. Search the north 75 dozen of shallow graves. Presuming this was the absent crew, team salvages the land resources. Titanium and platinum. Ah, right, okay. So look like these guys were returning with information to the Devout. And, well, that information is, well, it was handed over. Assuming that the information was handed over, they then did not take kindly to them having it. And buried the problem. Okay, we are heading back to the station, and we will call it there. That has been a bit of Starcom. We have still got, obviously, some level ups to do, which we'll put into Xenoculture, just for the sake of everybody having at least 1 point in everything. Imperial flora has moved on, still working for these new shipment things. Laconian vessels, yeah, that's it. We'll get onto that at some point. And at least we have found, I can say that, fragment there. So what fragments have we got? Brass connector, brass pillar, Ringworld Telonian fragment, brass joint, the CXTA Telonian fragment. It feels like the CXTA one and the Ringworld one are like probably, well, they're all 150 research points. It's obviously a big part of the game, but those seem to be like noted ones from certain factions, so maybe that is a say of importance. Unknown object closing. Is that Whisker Mug? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, hi mate. We smashed into you before. Let's have a little chat. Want to trade? We've got nothing for sale. Okay. We've got yttrium. I'll say end communications for now. Good luck. Best of luck and all that. Let's head back to our station. And yeah, we're going to leave it there for now. That's been a bit more of Starcom. We have options then in the next episode. I'm very tempted to redo the ship in the next size. In the cruiser size. Or we could try and tick off some more of these missions. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to do. But, have a think. Activate the cogitator. See what's happening. But next time, we will, let's say, crack on and see what we do. It should be, hopefully, eventful, if nothing else. As always, hope you have enjoyed it. Comments in the comments. Thanks very much for watching. Take care. And generic partings.